All right, guys, early morning TikTok. This one's going to be about relationships and how to tell when someone is simply incapable of doing something like changing or what you need them to do. So, got off a client call this morning, and this conversation was about a new relationship that's budding between two people, which is awesome. I love to hear that first thing in the morning. It's great news. Anyways, one of the things that we discussed was safety, emotional safety with women and men. And this is very different. A couple exes of mine have always said, oh, they want to feel safe and they want to feel comfortable. And I never knew what that meant in my early 20s. And now that I have a bunch of female clients, I love asking them what that means to them because I feel like it's a different answer almost for every single person. And whether it means physical safety or emotional safety or consistency, I want you to understand that men do want to be able to give this to you and to make you feel that way. Innately, we do. Sometimes it's about resource allocation. Sometimes it's just about not being able to understand what exactly it is. Because if we ask you to articulate what that means, oftentimes we don't get an answer that's really definable for us. It's not an action step. Men are fixers. We like to fix stuff. Anyways, when the safety question comes up, typically in relationships or people preparing to date or to talk about all the nuances of dating, it's very, very complicated because men who don't keep their word in their action, or men who aren't committed, or men who haven't kept their word in the past have a difficult time committing to making a woman feel safe. And that is not to their default. That's just how society has kind of programmed us. And women, I'll get to you in a second, but right now, this, perceivable kind of war on men type thing is not really helping men become better men, right? It's lowering testosterone. It's giving them too many options. It's enticing them to cheat. It's enticing them to go out and drink or stay at home and play video games and watch porn. And it's making men overall commit to less things in their life, which is inherently bad. So when women want to feel safe and they seek that consistency and that mental and emotional and that physical consistency or safety, it can be very challenging for men to give this because they don't give it to themselves first, right? And that simply means that a man can just be incapable at some point. Again, not to his detriment. Now, the converse of that, right, the other toxic thing that I feel like women have been lured into. You've all been sold this sort of Disney princess story where you guys want to meet your knight in shining armor, live in your castle, and be rescued and happily ever after. That's fine. You do deserve that. I'm not going to say that you don't. I'm telling you that the reality of it is not every single man is a knight in shining armor, okay? I'm not as well. But, whether you want a guy who's 6 feet tall, makes six figures, has a 6-inch dick, it's not going to be that way, unfortunately, for everyone. So when I see people on TikTok or social media talking about or demanding that kind of stuff, yeah, that's cool, that's awesome, that's what you want, it is what you deserve, but it's not the reality of men that are out there, right, who are 6 feet tall, have a 6-inch dick, make six figures, have no emotional trauma or baggage, and totally want to make you the number one priority in their life. There's very, 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 very few of those men. Even less of them are available. So what I'll say is this. Not that you've been told a lie, not that you can't have that, not that you don't deserve it, but I have a question. What is the reciprocity, right? You say you want emotional safety, you say you want mental safety, you say you want physical safety or consistency in a relationship. My question for you is, are you providing that for your man? Are you a person of your word? Do you keep your word and your actions aligned? Or are you more loyal to your emotions, and whatever your emotions make you feel, that's what you're committed to? Question to ponder. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying really, really can think about this, okay? Probably enough of a rant for this morning. I'm not blaming Disney. I'm not blaming how society is, but some deep thoughts just about relationships and from my own stuff, right? I'm in a healthy relationship and it feels great. I enjoy it. It's awesome. I keep my word and my actions aligned, and I think you should too. I think most people should strive to. But when you don't, or when someone is incapable of doing something, understand you're potentially going down a rough path, right? See you guys in the next one.